Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Kind Health Group YouTube and podcast. We have a great guest with us today, my dear friend Tricia Gill, who is many things to me. She is a friend, and she's a longtime employee at Trader Joe's, which is where she and I first met. And she's also a pro surfer and a surfing instructor.
Oh my God.
And one of the funniest people I know. Welcome, Tricia.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And Annie is again with us today. Hi, Annie.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Annie. Cute. So funny.
So let's get to it, Tricia. Tell us what it's been like at Trader Joe's.
Oh, it's been at first it was difficult a little bit because nobody could have anticipated what was to come. But as Trader Joe's is a company that we all stick together and do the best we can. Our boss has pretty much set the tone there, and all of us are sticking together, and the customers now are, more mellowed out because this is kind of the new norm we keep hearing. So it's actually been pretty good. We have some, guidelines that we have to follow now. We're only letting a certain amount of people in at a time so they can shop and have the distance between them. And so we're just taking precaution that way and doing what we can, as a grocery store, and just kind of looking out for each other too. But it's honest. I mean, I'm surprised at how our customers have adapted to the fact that at first you couldn't buy any toilet paper or stuff was just flying off the shelf, and now it's gotten to, and we had to limit, items sold, but now it's certain items, it's still just one item per customer, but now we've all kind of gotten a handle on it as far as the grocery part goes, and also meeting the needs of all of our customers as much as we can.
So, Tricia, are you opening early to let seniors in? Or are there any special hours that Trader Joe's is doing now?
Yeah, they're doing from 8 to 9 in the morning. We have the seniors and other people that might need assistance or just a little bit, more time to shop without a bunch of people everywhere. So that's from 8 to 9. And then we open at 9. And what we're doing is since we're only letting a certain amount of people in, we do have a line outside at our store in Brescia Ranch, and I have seen that at other Trader Joe's because we're trying to really keep everybody separate. But the line goes fast, and it hasn't really been a problem. Like nobody's getting mad about that, and I think a lot of it is people are really appreciative that we're there, working and trying to stay healthy as much as we all can. And knock on wood, we've all done pretty good so far.
How many people are allowed in the store at one time? So if you're in line,
they're allowing, like, to start off right off the bat, we're letting in 20 to 25. And then as people leave, you can only go in one door and out one door. So as they, our customers leave the check stands and go on their way, then we let them out and then let a certain amount of more people in. But there's only maybe 30 at one time in the store, which makes it very, calming for people. So they're not like frantic.
Right. What finding people want? Obviously they want toilet paper. What else are you looking for that you may or may not have?
Well, the good thing right now is that we have everything, and we don't have a lot of toilet paper. We do get maybe a couple cases in a night, but that could vary. It's not at every store, and sometimes we might get a case, but people are buying, our mandarin orange chicken. People are like stocking up on having food at home constantly because everybody's at home. So all of our pizza, a lot of our frozen stuff, and just stuff to, to munch on, the chips, the fun little treats we have for kids. But it's, we're selling a lot of stuff, a lot of, well, Mandarin orange chicken is our number one thing there. And then rice, selling a lot of that, just stuff to have, constant food, because everybody's constantly eating. I know I am. I don't
Yeah,
know about
same,
you guys, but
same here.
during this whole thing, I've just gotten a lot hungrier. I don't know why, but now I just need to eat. I'm not even hungry, but I want to eat. But and we have the hand sanitizer we've been getting. I was at work last night. We got a couple cases of that, but it's not going out on the shelf. What we're trying to do is kind of monitor that. We're selling only that one per customer. So then everybody can get it. Every household can get it, just the little sprayers. But,
What has Trader Joe's been doing
we're
as
selling a lot of,
a company, like, to protect you guys? Are there incentives to work extra hours?
yeah, there has been incentives to work extra hours. They just, because Trader Joe's is such a company that they really care about their employees, and they want you to want to come to work, and so what they've done in this last month is they've taken the percentage of what Trader Joe's has made, a company that has made, and then each store, and giving their employees a bonus check, just right out, everybody that has worked between this time and that time, you got like a bonus check. And it was different for everybody, because some people haven't been working that much, and then some people have been working a lot. So you can benefit that way. And that was really nice. Before all this happened, in January, we all got, just being an employee there, we all got $50 gift cards to shop. I can't say enough good things about this company. They're amazing. I've been there a long time. And I'm so grateful now that I get to work, because there's so many people that aren't able to work, and they're not having an income, and it's just really hard. So every day I'm grateful that I get to go to a job like that.
Are people telling you, like, funny stories when they're in line? I'm sure people are kind of just want to interact with someone.
Oh yeah.
There's
some good shit going on, but I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on here, because I want my job. I want my job after this.
You can change the names to protect the innocent. You can tell us a couple of your PG stories.
Oh my gosh. Well, now I don't even know. I have to think about that, because we've gotten some good ones, and I'm loving the conversations as people come through, and we're far apart, but sometimes it's nice to interact like that. And it's nice for like you said, it's nice they can come in and we can laugh about stuff. But I don't know if I have any rated G stories. They're mostly PG.
PG's good. We'll take PG-13 even.
Okay, I have to try to think.
Well, while you're thinking, let me ask you this: are people wearing masks and gloves? And what's the story? Like, what are you seeing for shoppers?
For mostly, I'm seeing a lot of quite a few people wearing masks, and then quite a few people wearing gloves, and some are wearing both. Not everybody is wearing them. Customers coming in, but there's quite a few. I don't even know if it's half and half, but more people are wearing gloves. I've noticed that, because they come in with their purple or black gloves, and then I'm wearing gloves at work. And that's I'm wearing them mostly so I don't touch my face and touch my hair, because I constantly do that. So if I have the gloves on, then I'm not touching anything here, and I just keep changing my gloves, or I don't know. It's just, that's what I'm doing. But like none of our employees, nobody's wearing masks. Not a lot of us are wearing gloves. I mean, I know I
Yeah.
am, but so people are being careful, and I'm so not used to that 6 foot rule at Trader Joe's, because usually people are like 2 inches from you on all sides, because so it's kind of nice working when it's not so crowded like that.
Are you finding that people are shopping with their kids, or are kids not in the store nowadays?
That's a really good question. No, I have not seen, not the amount of kids that we usually have in there. Maybe because everybody's home, and sometimes the dads will come in, sometimes the moms will come in, and I'll say, "Oh, how's your family?" and this and that. And it's funny, everybody's like, so there are some, the stories that are good and hardcore, but overall people are like, "Oh, it's nice being home with the kids." Well, then later the alcohol sets in, and then you hear those other stories. Those are the stories I like. But yeah, so people aren't, no, not really. And I love seeing the kids. I mean, I love kids, but I love seeing all the kids in there. But yeah, right now it's kind of like maybe they don't want to stand in line with their kids. I mean, that I'm not a mom, but that doesn't look like it'd be fun.
Or they just want to
Everybody,
get away from them.
exactly. And maybe just go on a drive for 5 hours. That's
Yeah.
what I would do. Is that bad?
I heard that Trader Joe's was sold out of wine the last week, but apparently they have it all back in stock now, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, the alcohol sales have definitely gone up. Um, Rightfully so. Everybody's home, and, they're getting their cocktail on. But we've been selling a lot more than just the wine. I know for our store, our sales are up, and I don't know about, no, we haven't sold out of like wine and stuff, but we get our loads every single day, 7 days a week. So if we're out that day, good chance the next day it's all going to be full, because we're replenishing constantly.
Yeah.
So you can get your wine still and your hard alcohol.
Good. So you said people aren't being rude, but I mean, personally, I've been out walking and I've noticed some people are, yelling at other people to keep their distance, or
Oh,
I don't know. I've seen a lot of cases lately where people have been biking or running or walking,
oh,
kind of being,
yeah.
I mean, obviously stress affects everyone differently, but it's good to hear that they're not doing that in the grocery store.
No, I mean, not from I mean, there was one thing that this kid, a kid meaning he was like, 15 or 16, and he came back from getting something. He was in line with his mom, and he came back, and he told me that some old lady had just gotten mad at him because he was within 10 feet of her. But I mean, I didn't hear it, and I'm not feeling any tension at work, with people, and that's what's made it really nice. I mean, I'd like to sit here and tell you some, down and dirty stuff that's going on, but everybody's like so appreciative. But at first that was happening because nobody knew what was going on, and it was like mayhem and chaos. But now that there's boundaries, and everybody's kind of getting a sense of what their role is now. But honestly, I mean, I live in Carlsbad by the power plant. There are so many people out and about. I mean, I go from my house to go surfing because you're still allowed in Carlsbad, and then I just go to work. And I'm not doing anything in between, but there's a lot of people like just hanging out, well, going for walks and runs and stuff along in Carlsbad, but everybody seems to just kind of be keeping to themselves.
Yeah. So
And
what do you think about the beach? So Carlsbad, I think state beaches are still open, right? What do
yeah.
you think about the beach closures? And
Well, it's confusing because, I mean, for me personally, I usually surf, at least, I don't know, 5 times a week. It's exercise. And But I've noticed that there's parking lots are closed, but the actual beach isn't closed. So it's kind of confusing on what you can and can't do. So that's why I think a lot of people were coming from everywhere to come down to Carlsbad, because all you have to do is park along the coast and then go out and about and walk. And but the beaches are open. I mean, I've seen people walk. I haven't seen people like hanging out, laying out or anything, but there's people playing frisbee and there's people out. But I mean, how long can you stay at home? But I thought you're just supposed to kind of like stay in your neighborhood. So there's a lot of different rules that are said. All I know is that I can go here and surf, and if I get, if the police or the lifeguards tell us we can't, then we can't. But for
Yeah.
right now, I mean, I've been going down there.
Well, and
Thank
you're on a
God.
very isolated stretch of beach also. I mean, you've taught my sons to surf there, and there's not a lot
Yeah,
of people where you are.
true. But I was just down when I had gone to a meeting this morning. I was down and I looked at Ponto down there, um, just a little south of here, and there's people surfing all over the beach, all over there. They can't park there, but they're parking like there's a bunch of people parked, over there to surf there. So I think it's like, and then Swami's, I heard you can't go down the beach there.
Well,
But
I think it's state beaches. So Cardiff is open, Ponto is,
okay,
and maybe Carlsbad.
yeah,
But I know
and I yeah,
Encinitas and Solana Beach and Del Mar are closed, so it's a little confusing.
yeah. It's confusing. I would be confused if I wasn't right here and knew what was going on, because people have asked me that at work. They're saying, "Well, how is it that, how do you feel now that you can't surf?" And I mean, I'm going, and a lot of my coworkers are going. So it I don't know. It's one of those things that when you're out in the water, there's nobody really. You're not on top of each other. So it's kind of like that. For me, that's the best place for me to be
Yeah, I know that's really important for not for you and for many people as a
mentally.
stress reduction. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
And now more than ever. So I know
yeah.
you've had some struggles with anxiety, and I'm sure this time that we're going through has really, may have exacerbated that. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I like this past year, um I had something had happened in my life where my family member, my mom, had passed away very fast, and I didn't know how to grasp it. It was like, now it's a year and a half ago, but I went into a deep depression, and I never would have thought in a million years that I would be feeling as low as I was feeling. And the fact that I wouldn't even go outside to get my mail in fear that I might see somebody or have to talk to somebody. And so this went on for a while, and I thought I was doing better, but I wasn't really getting enough help that I needed. And I thought I was doing better mentally. And then something had happened to me where I thought I was getting diagnosed as something like similar to what my mom had, because I was not feeling good. And so it threw me back down into a worse depression, than even after my mom passed, because now I really didn't want to. Now I couldn't go to work. I was barely surfing. And so it wasn't until just recently that I've gone back to work. So when all I got, medically, I was released to go back to work. I, thought I could do it. And it actually, I went back. March 13th was the Friday and the day that everything kind of like broke loose. That's when the announcements were being made that these businesses are closing. So anyway, that's the day I went back to work. But before that, I've been doing a lot of work, as far as I go to therapy every week. I went to Sedona to get some spiritual healing. And I'm, just have a sense of serenity in my heart. And now I'm able to like put one foot in front of the other with the help I need. And, but honestly, I, I never, just like I said, I never would have thought in a million years that I would all of a sudden something would be coming over me where it was debilitating. I literally didn't want to leave my house. And I'm somebody who's always, out and about. I work at a great place. It's fun. I, teach surfing lessons. I get to do a lot of fun stuff. And I couldn't even, I was, I got so low. I got so low to a point where I have never felt like that. I felt like I was a burden to everybody. And thank God for the doctors that I have, my therapists, and people that really have rallied around me to help me. And so now today I am back at work, and it's going, it's going good, because it has mellowed out, but I'm surfing all the time. And it's not to say I'm out of the woods of the mental illness or that problem, but I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and just getting out and surfing as much as I can. And because this time right now is a hard time for everybody. People that, God, suffer from this, I'm lucky. I was able to get the good help that I needed. But sorry, I'm going
No, it's
on
fine.
and on about that, but I just if I could have seen that my life in my 50s would have been that, you're going to suffer a deep depression, I never would have thought that was me, because I always had surfing. I always had, I was one with the ocean, or whatever they call it. And but I wasn't that anymore. And it was beyond, I thought I was beyond help. And so now I want to reach my hand out to somebody who might be struggling. And there's a lot of people struggling right now with whatever it is, addiction, mental illness. So I feel, for me right now, I feel 100 times better than I was feeling 3 months ago. I thought that that was it for me. But I had to do the work. And so I don't know. I know I went on and on about that, but I want people to know out there that they can, ask for help, because I had to ask for help, and it was hard, but I wanted the help, because I've got, my family. I love my family, and, I didn't want to see them anymore. And just, it's a dark place that people can be in, and I get it. So, I'm always going to be there to help somebody, because I feel that strength right now. And so that's it. That's sorry, that went on and on.
No, it's perfect. I really appreciate you sharing something so personal, and it's going to help so many people. And like you and I have talked about in the past, depression and anxiety and that level, that dark place that you're talking about, anybody can get there. You're one of the most positive people I've ever met. And we can all be affected that way. And it can just come from like a traumatic life event. It can come from nowhere. And the important thing is to get help, to talk to your doctor, your primary care doctor, or a therapist, or a loved one, to help you get the help you need, which you did, and I commend you for that.
Well, thanks to you guys also. You saved my butt, like, more often than not. Wow. It's I'm glad that you guys asked me to, talk and talk to you guys about stuff, because it's, you and Judy and everybody at your off there, at Kind Health Group, is just, you guys have been amazing, and I couldn't have asked for better doctors with all you got, your whole team. And I would be able to call you guys and you call back, and you know, you've all been very there for me. I don't even know if that's good grammar, but it I owe a lot to a lot of people, and that's why I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm grateful that I could be there for my nieces. Every time I say nieces, I feel like I'm going to cry. But, you know, I want to be that present aunt. And I don't want to, if I can help myself from this depression and the anxiety. And I wanted to say real quick too, is that before I had been I left work on a mental leave a little bit because of my the anxiety, depression, but it was because when I was getting ready for work one day, my body wouldn't stop shaking. And I was having so much anxiety about going into work and having to see people and talk to people that I threw myself into like a sick tailspin. And that's when I got out of work and, you know, took a month and a half, and that's where I am now. And so I'm not having my anxiety attacks. I haven't had a panic attack for a while now, and I think it's just because of everybody and me trying to do the work. And it's not easy because I never wanted to come out of the house. I just wanted to stay in bed and watch all my bad Bravo TV shows, and I would just not leave. But now I'm so grateful that I'm still sitting here today, and I feel very, very lucky, actually.
Well, we feel lucky to know you. I love having you in my life. And I know Annie feels the same.
I know.
Thank
And I'm
you,
sure you're
guys.
cheering up so many people every day. I know that you make people laugh and smile, and I know you're pretty funny, so I'm sure you're.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm getting there. And my boss, he's so great. He just lets us be whoever we are. And that's sometimes crazy town. But you know, we keep it still kind of G-rated there, and but that's a good thing about Trader Joe's. You get to be yourself, and you can laugh, and you can, you know, have a good time at work. Sing really bad. I'm always singing really bad, but I love it. And whether people listen or not, I don't even care. I just like to, you know, I want to get back to myself of how you know, the person that I know me to be. The bad
So
singer, loud.
what are some of your favorite TV shows that you've been binging lately?
Oh my God. Well, I love Schitt's Creek. Super funny. That was on Netflix, but now it's not. But all the 90 Day Fiance, so bad. Love After Lockup, people in jail and their significant, yeah, super good. Anything that has to do about jail, I love it. People in jail, I don't know why. And any Real Housewives of anything. It's a shit show, and I can't get enough of it.
Have you been
But
watching
that's not my
Tiger?
life, though. I mean, my life is pretty simple. So if I watch something like that, that's, you know, I don't live like them.
Have you seen the Tiger King yet?
No, but that's next. Have
Yeah.
you?
Oh yeah.
And
You should
but
put it on
nobody,
your list.
animals don't get hurt.
Um,
That was too long of a pause.
I was thinking.
It is the craziest train wreck you'll ever see on TV.
I don't even really feel like it's about the animals that much.
Yeah, not really.
Because isn't one of the guys in jail?
Yes.
That's why I need to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should really all be in jail, but
Oh, see, I've heard so many good things about it. Is it like the kind of that you binge watch?
Oh
It's
yeah.
not. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's a 7-hour documentary on Netflix, so it's in 7 episodes. You should really allocate like 7 straight hours for it.
I'm gonna watch it tonight when I get home from work. I need a wind down.
And we apologize in advance for the recommendation.
Oh, I love stuff like that. Although I'll talk to you guys after I binge watch it, and we can compare stories.
Yes, I would love to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts, Tricia, that we haven't covered? Anything else you want to say? Any other advice?
Well, the advice, I guess, is just continue everybody being patient and look out for each other, because you never know what somebody's going through. And right now is such a hard time for everybody. So and I see it at work, people are being really good with other people, and so just be patient with people, because you never know what's happening. That's it.
Advice.
So true. Great advice. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you taking the time today.
Oh, sure. Thanks for having me. What's my hair look like?
It looks
horrible.
amazing. Looks amazing as always.
Uh-huh.
All right, Tricia, get back in the water. I think you're about to go surfing, right?
I'm going to go surfing, and then I'm going to go to work. So if you guys are out and about shopping, come into my Trader Joe's and visit.
Okay.
I'm going to hold you to that, both of you.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.